Look round Manicourt, shall we now? You need plenty of downforce around here. The track very smooth. It eats tyres in the race. We are close to the Michelin headquarters. Manicourt is the permanent home of the French Grand Prix, and it was Martin Brundle's workshop just a few years ago.
That's right, Jim. I've actually lived here for 2 years and I've done thousands of miles around the place. But what everybody wants this afternoon is pole position, and it's quite important here. It's a very short run down to the first corner, which is high speed and only has one racing line coming down the pit straight at 170 miles an hour. And look, the track virtually disappears. What I used to do is use this wall as a reference point, and you turn in at the end of it. The problem is, at that speed, you're already committed to the corner, and if anything goes wrong, you're way past the point of no return and into a very big incident. Montoya finding that out the hard way. On board with Olivier Panis into Estoril corner, never less than 120 miles an hour. A long right-hander, the front tyres working overtime. You're relieved to see that curb. Now, build up speed towards 180 miles an hour. Ease the car to the left-hand side, ready for the next turn. And then you arrive at the Adelaide hairpin. A great overtaking opportunity. Get a good slipstream, and the key thing is when you arrive into the corner, there's as much grip on the inside of the track as there is on the outside, and it's worth having a go into the braking zone. What you then find is grown men squabbling over the same piece of tarmac at just 40 miles an hour, but with some aggression. Let's drive that corner. On board with Panis. Look, full right-hand lock. He plants the throttle. The car with tremendous acceleration, automatically going through its gears up to 175 miles an hour. Look out for the Nürburgring chicane, never less than 135 miles an hour. Prepare yourself for the corner called 180 degrees. Turned in nicely, lots of grip at this stage of the lap for Panis. This is one of the toughest circuits in the world for tyres. The drop-off from new to 10 laps old, something like 2 seconds per lap. Why is that? Well, take this Imola chicane. 180 miles an hour on the entry, 130 as you're sweeping right and left. The problem is the exit is on the right-hand side, but the entry immediately to Chateau d'Eau, the next corner, is on the left-hand side, and you need all the mechanical grip you can get to switch across the racetrack. As the tyres fall away, there's nothing you can do behind the wheel to get over the time loss. And this is Chateau d'Eau corner, just 55 miles an hour. Panis never really hooking up with the apex, and sweep downhill towards the final chicane. It's unsighted with very high curbs. Treat it with caution. A little squirt into the final turn. Lissé, he will run very wide on the exit. There's a new piece of tarmac there this year to enable the drivers to get great traction into that pit straight.